In this video, I'm going to show you what happened to me a couple of weeks ago while doing some designing. Just something that you might come across as well. You might wonder what it's all about, and so you will know what to do if this ever does happen to you when working with Inventor and changing the shape of a certain object to fit into in between two plates, for instance. So I've got a link over here, got these two plates, and what I want to do is I need to adjust the length of this link so that it fits snugly between the two center points of these two plates over here. So what I'm going to do first is let's go and constrain this end part over here. So I'm going to go through to my insert constraint, and I'm going to say insert that over there. So with this insert constraint, you'll notice it does both a mate to mate, the two faces, plus a actual constraint between the center lines over there. The next thing I'm going to do is, I don't know what the distance is between the center of that hole and that hole, so let's go and give it a measure. So at the moment, what we normally probably would do is we just say, the precision is, no decimal places, because we don't work to maybe such high tolerances. So I'm going to say, right, let's go and check from the center axis of that part, or that hole over there, and the center axis of that hole over there, and it's 1283 millimeters. Okay, so what I can do is I can select it and click on copy. And then let's go into this part again over here. So I'm going to the part, and let's go and see what the length of that sketch is over there. So if I dimension from that point to this point, just copy, just paste. Okay, it's not available, but it was 1283. Okay, so there we go. So that's now the correct length between the two over there. I'm going to finish my sketch. It does look a bit funny here, but we just have to update the assembly. Okay, there we go. So now when I come over, you'll see there I can just go and move it across just a bit closer. And now let's go put our actual constraint in between the two of there. So that axis must lie in that axis. Okay. Now normally what would happen over here, it would actually jump because it's 1283 millimeters. If I go apply, it gives me an error. Now why does it give me this error? So one thing that Inventor looks at is that actually it kind of wants to take a look at all the decimal places if you wanted to go and sort of get that that constraint to sort of fly. Now, one of the workarounds that I've seen some people do for this is that they will say, right, what is the distance between maybe this top face over here? Oopsie, so the top face up over here and the center axis. Okay, so that's 100 millimeters. So what they would do, and this is not wrong because it'll still be right. You're just not taking into consideration all the decimal places after that. We could then go and say constrain that top face to the axis over here. Okay, and it must be 100. And sorry, just 100 over there. Apply. Accept the relationship, and we can just move. Oh, okay, move it over there. Okay, so you can see that doesn't always work all the time. Okay, so I'm going to show you a way that we can actually truly get it so that the two axes are exactly in line with each other over here. So what we need to do is we need to go and do a measurement, but with a measurement over here, we're going to say all decimal places. Okay, so with that, I'm going to go in and select the center axis for this one down here, and the center axis for this one down over here. It doesn't really matter which one I select, they're both the same. And you can actually see over there, it's a 1282.70526747. Okay, so I'm going to take that, copy, and then I'm going to go back into my part over here. And let's go into our parameters and go paste that parameter in over here. So there's my T19 and press enter. Okay, so let's go do that again. Go return, constraint, and now let me do my actual constraints again. So that axis to this axis over here, and it works. Okay. So with Inventor, you do, if that does happen to you and you've moved components and it's not an exact amount, then it will give you an error as we saw. But then what you can do is if you dimension it with all the decimal places in place, it will then go and constrain it correctly for you. Okay. Um, I have looked in the idea stations. I haven't picked up anything yet, but also I did pick up something like that. Some people are chattering about it. I do not know if Autodesk are going to, say for instance, well, let's take it to 2 decimal places. That's the tolerance that you kind of want to take a look at. But anyway, if you do come in the situation, this is a workaround for you, which will then at least constrain everything correctly for you. Thank you very much for watching.